Okay, the mart.
Every weekend there at Kandahar, the locals would come have a local market set up right outside the east perimeter gate. And of course, again, nothing else going on, so I made it a pretty common routine to go down there and just see what's for sale. You just never know what you could come across, really interesting stuff. And they had a little restaurant where you could get lamb kebabs and some other things roasted over coal. But what I found interesting was a very old hat seller, and he sold these Kazakhstan, Uzbek style Soviet lamb hats. They're iconic to that region, but nobody would buy them because nobody wanted something like that. But this guy came every weekend to sell these hats, and so I made it a point to stop and try to talk to him. Unfortunately, I could speak very little Urdu. He spoke no English, but we got along pretty darn well, and I would help him every weekend to sell these hats. And in doing so, it was probably the start of my mental revolution about culture and the world and differences in humans, and how we're all so similar, but culturally we could be so different. But what astounded me was this very poor Afghani in this troubled world we lived in thought so much of me helping him to sell these hats that he would bring food every weekend and cook flatbread and some stuff. And I know this was a big deal for him because they didn't have much, but he thought it was important to feed me every weekend when I would sit and try to sell hats with him. And you know, even though we couldn't really talk to each other, we still shared a real interesting connection there, and that has only driven me more to learn about world culture and how similar yet different we all are. And that's the local market story of Afghanistan.